What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get right on into this video. No time to waste. I just seen a lot of different things. So listen, all day today I'm doing videos because it's a whole lot to break down. The hate for Caitlin Clark, it continues on even after she has been eliminated, and I believe it will continue on even without her playing, participating. I believe they will try to grab and poke at Caitlin Clark and whatever at any turn that they can to try to stay relevant. Because we all know now that the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark is no longer a part of the WNBA playoffs, it's off. We off. We all you WNBA, you're on the clock. But I'm gonna bring y'all what you've been waiting for, I'm sure. Alyssa Thomas, her post-game interview or post-game conference interview, whatever you want to call it. Her little rant that she went on trying to act like Caitlin Clark fans is destroying her life. Okay. So, and to me, I'm starting to see a pattern. It started out with Angel Reese. She made a brand and a name off of disrespecting Caitlin Clark from ever since LSU. Okay. After that, who else made a name for themselves? Asia Wilson. She made a name for herself. Now, Breonna Stewart and them too, they said what they said while she was in college and coming out, you know. And then, of course, Asia, she said what she said before the beginning of the season started. But they attached themselves to Caitlin Clark and speaking on her not very highly neither. So they became somewhat noticeable. Oh, that girl said that about Clark. That girl said that about Clark. So people kind of knew who their name was just because they hated. Okay? Then you had Trinity Carter. Did what she did to Caitlin Clark, blindsided her, and then Angel Reese celebrating. And the next thing you know, Kennedy Carter was getting talked about in the media, social media, mainstream media. Her name was getting talked about now. And now people started knowing who she was. Right? Then Dejanay, she wanted to do the flopping thing and started tweeting out stuff. And then people started to know who she was and what her name is. So, and many others. But Cheryl Swoops and so on and so forth, many others. So I think what these girls are starting to see, okay, yeah, because it's free reign to go in on Caitlin Clark. Okay, we're not going to get punished by the WNBA, and everything is all good. So we can go at her, say whatever we want to, try to abuse her on the court, hurt her on the court. Doesn't matter. We're not going to get called out for it, except from the fans, her fans. And so it's funny to me how they keep screaming her fans is racist and they're getting death threats and all this. But it's weird that even if that's true, right, that nobody has took the time out and say, I wonder why. WNBA, Kathy Engelberg, Adam Silver, what do you say? Oh, it's good for the game. That's controversial. Rivals are good to have, and this, that, and the other. But then y'all want to play victim when these WNBA players want to play victim and start saying, oh, they fans are the worst, and oh, they're on social media, they're calling us this and being bigotry and racial and this, that, and other. And then you put out statements talking about this is not acceptable. What happened to the rivals are good and the fan engagement is good. Try to stay off of social media and try to ignore the bad tweets or comments that you get. The negative ones. Just try to focus on the good ones if there are any. But why are they not liking some of you players? Now, look at Thomas. I know you full of crap because ain't nobody ever really came at you about saying nothing about Caitlin Clark because you haven't. So I'm sure you wasn't receiving no death threats and all of that and such. You probably ain't nobody said nothing to you about Caitlin Clark until probably recently when she broke your record for the assist, and somebody might have came out and said, "Ha ha, she broke your record." But before even then, like you didn't say nothing to Warren. Nobody saying nothing to you crazy. You didn't say nothing about Caitlin Clark until now. You wait to the end of the season progress until now. Now you want to come out and try to say what Dejanay Carrington said, that the Indiana Fever fans are the worst and this, that, and the other. And talking about shit, they racist. When Dejanay, she got comments and tweets up about not liking white people. Racial tweets about not liking white people. Kathy Engelbert, Adam Silver. You guys want to take a look at it? You want to take a look at it? So it's crazy to me, and I've been talking for too long. I know y'all came for the breakdown of the Alyssa Thomas. We're going to get into it, but it's just insane to me that these women can even cry like how they trying to cry and act like people is after them, like they can't keep their ass off of social media. But let's break it down. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Let's get the full screen. Bam!
This question's for both of you. There's been a lot of noise across the country heading into the series and before each game, but for each tip-off, from each tip-off to the final whistle, the Sun have been locked in, professional, and taking care of business. What does it say to the professionality of this team that you've been able to shut out the noise?
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious match.
You never received, I'm going to pause this, so just already know. You never received in 11 years this much attention or hatred. Nobody's ever paid attention to your league. You forgot that? Nobody's ever paid attention. And again, Alyssa Thomas, I doubt anybody ever had racial things to say to you. You've never came out and said anything about Caitlin Clark. Yes, your teammate has said a lot of things about Caitlin Clark, as well as not liking white people. So,
matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it. And we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean,
basketball is headed in a great direction. The foolishness of you. Basketball, again, I'm confused all the way. Basketball is headed in a great direction, but we don't want it to go in a great direction. We want to stay unnoticeable. We want to be able to play garbage without anybody having anything to say. We want to be able to attack whoever we want to attack, assault who we want to assault, and nobody say nothing about it. Since the WNBA commissioner and the NBA commissioner not saying nothing about it, you have no business saying nothing about it. Sheesh.
We already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And, we come to play basketball.
What you got to deal with? This is what I'm tired of hearing that shit from black people. I was talking to my mama the other day on the phone. And we was going back and forth about some topics and issues. And one of them was about racial profiling. And is that a big deal today? And she like, yeah. And I'm like, when the last time you've been pulled over, mama, by the police? When the last time? Yeah, I think so. Do you get racially profiled by the police, mama? Or has somebody told you can't shop in their store? Looked like they didn't want you to spend your good dollars, your black dollars, with them because of the color of your skin? Like, come on, people. We talking about what we dealing with in the world today. You ain't dealing with nothing. Stop it. Tired of black people. My black people is always crying victim and acting like you going through real racism. You're not. Go ask Jackie Robinson them what real racism was like. Go ask Malcolm X and them. Go ask people well before it. Girl, you ain't dealing with no real racism. You are the racist one.
All for our job and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for, and something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore.
Azar and Gabby?
Them checking their fans or this league checking their fans. Okay. Last time that I just checked, I seen a fan of Connecticut's son, fan of yours, Alyssa, that had to be escorted out of the game because they was actually in person, must have been saying something crazy to the point Caitlin had to say, get him out of here. Now, if you think she was being petty and just barking or tripping about any little thing, you're fooling yourself. She's been in plenty of environments where they were screaming overrated at her and all kinds of things, in college especially. Plenty of environments in the WNBA and in college to where she has never had to have somebody escorted out the gym. I believe you have never had to have a fan removed from their seat and kicked out of the arena because they saying something that crazy. Are you kidding me? You got the nerve to sit here and act as if that didn't just happen too. Caitlin Clark just had to have a fan removed from the game. Social media, you don't have to be on. Social media, again, that could be a 10, 11, 12-year-old that's commenting. You worried about what somebody you don't even know what age, color, creed. You don't know nothing about the person. But you're so concerned and so hurt by what somebody could say on social media. It's social media. It's the most ridiculous thing and for the WNBA to even put out a statement saying it's not allowed. Like, shut up. Shut your mouth. Nobody care what you're talking about. You little silly manillies. You couldn't turn over a profit all these years. You think we worry about what you're talking about? You're an idiot. Whoever's running the WNBA, and you're idiots. I give a damn what you got to say. Y'all sitting there allowing Caitlin Clark to keep getting assaulted, keep getting targeted. The proof is in the pudding. She got more flagrant foul calls on her than any other player in the WNBA. She got all of these players tweeting and saying all these crazy things about her, people that actually work with her. They talking about this ain't, we don't want to come to work like this. They have to deal with this. What the hell you think? Caitlin Clark got to actually play with y'all and against y'all. When I say play with y'all, and Alyssa Smith is on Caitlin Clark's team, which is that girl's girlfriend. She got to play with y'all, against y'all, everything, man. She got to deal with, in real time, real hatred from her peers, playing along her co-workers. Since you want to say you don't want to come to work like this, well, yeah, I'm sure Caitlin Clark don't want to come to work like this neither. But for the WNBA, for you to allow that bogusness, for them to continue to come to work and disrespect and muck up the game of basketball and Caitlin Clark, your golden goose, and then sit here and play victim about some social media shit. You got to be kidding me. What the hell is wrong with y'all? And for people to think this shit is smooth, it's so much evidence of targeting versus Caitlin Clark. Why do you think Charles Barkley had to come out and say, y'all so petty? Why do you think LeBron James had to come out and say something? obviously people can see what's going on. It's not just her fans. It's you're talking about NBA Hall of Famers, future NBA Hall of Famers. Everybody can see it, much more than just them calling it out. It's a whole bunch of people that's called it out. And I'm talking about not just people like me, regular YouTubers and podcasters. I'm talking about Hall of Fame players. Go look at what Klay Thompson daddy had to say. Michael Thompson. Go look at what Kevin Durant had to say about Caitlin Clark. Go look at what all these people had to say about the attitudes and the ignorance that's going on in the WNBA versus Caitlin Clark. And y'all trying to say it's her fans. That just shows how much hatred you have towards this woman. 22-year-old woman, DeWanna Bonner, which is fiance with Alyssa Thomas. DeWanna Bonner, 37, 38 years old, going at it with a 22-year-old because of what? Because the 22-year-old telling the refs, you got to call that damn foul that you fouled. You came all the way into her landing space after she's shooting a three in your face. You want to come all in her landing space and run into her, and it's no call. Ref standing right there, no call. And she get up like, what the hell? And you got something to say to her and try to walk and tangle up with her, and she like, yeah, what's up? You got the nerve to try to be into it with a 22-year-old rookie, and you a 37, 38-year-old veteran. You got that much hate. Alyssa Thomas, you 11 years in the league. You got that much hate towards this girl because she done broke your record and some more shit. You're not on her level, period. Yeah, you can be a good player all you want. You're not on Caitlin Clark level, never will be. So you're trying to attach yourself to now the hatred of Caitlin Clark train. And look at this dummy sitting up here with the glasses on. She just thinks she the ish. Y'all have allowed these women to just be delusional as shit. And man, I can't take it. Boy.
This question is for Deshanae. For your fan base and for young girls that follow you and your fan base that's been following you from day one, I mean, they
I don't even want to hear a word coming out of her mouth. Let me go ahead and put them on up, tuck them, remove them from the screen. Thank you. Yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, man, that crying and whining about Caitlin Clark's fan base is only they really want to say F Clark, Caitlin Clark. But since they can't do that, they're gonna try to say it's the fan base. And in fact, oh my God, the WNBA is trying to back them. And Christy Sides even going along with the shit. You gotta go, Christy. And that's gonna be my next video. That I don't even know which one I'm gonna do first because I got so many in the lineup. I got so many in the lineup to do today, and we going live. So stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 10K. So if you can hit the subscribe button to help reach that over here, it'd be much appreciated. Much appreciated. It's the Pope. Peace and love. I'm out.